What's up, live? I think I'm live. A little treat for you all today that might be a little different. This is a classic game that I grew up with. I played the second one first, though. We love Katamari, but we're playing Katamari Damacy, the REROLL edition, which is basically the remake with more HD graphics and everything. I got it on Steam, got it on PC on sale back in 2024, as you can see. But I played this game as a kid too, and this is a freaking really like classic PS2 game that I grew up with. I played it with my girlfriend, I played it with my sister growing up, and I played with a couple girls actually. And yeah, it's definitely a game that the chicks dig. So this game goes from 0 to 100 really damn quick. We're gonna go ahead and do this live, start a new one, a new game for you all. And yeah, we're gonna thug it out. Like, this is a classic. I love this game. Like, I just feel so connected to being a kid again. And I'm using my Xbox controller. Katamari Damacy. I love in the second version, spoiler alert, in the second version of the game, they have this song, but like a beatboxing remix version. Like, the soundtrack's so great in this game. Katamari, do your best. Alright, so this is the tutorial level. Sorry, I keep checking on my phone to make sure like the audio is good and everything, because this game gets really loud, so I need to make sure everything's adjusted. He freaking beatboxes. It's like Animal Crossing, how they're like beatboxing when they talk. And I'm actually taking the time to read this for once. Usually I skip through this and go straight to the game. But since we're doing a Let's Play, let's give a proper taste of this game, yeah? But first things first. I wonder if it works in my controller. Cool, so it has actual Xbox control input. And yeah, I'm on the PC, by the way. I'm on Steam. This does have controller support for the Xbox controller, as y'all can see. So yeah. It's really good with the Xbox controls. It was even better with the PS2 controls. It's been a minute since I've actually touched the PlayStation 2 version. Because, like, I had that as a kid. I'm a grown-ass adult now. I still have the PS2, mind you. But it's nice, locked up, secured, stored, just like with all my other classic consoles, like my Dreamcast, the old family NES. Yes, I grew up with Nintendo Entertainment System as well. I was a little older at the time, or a little younger at the time, but I was still old enough to grow up with a classic retro system like that in the household. So yeah, I got to live the glory days of video gaming. You're not really gonna use this too much, like to look around. And I don't really think you're gonna use jump like that either, honestly. I personally don't use the look and jump for this game. I think the controls, I never played it with a keyboard and mouse. I think it's gonna be difficult with that. So if you play this game, you definitely need a controller. I would recommend. Get yourself a good old PlayStation controller, Xbox controller. Xbox controller works really good with this. I have a Switch controller, but I haven't tried it yet. It might work, it might not. I don't see why not. But definitely get a controller for this game. I heard keyboard and mouse is like really difficult with this game. I wouldn't even recommend it. I even tried to steer it a little bit earlier with the keyboard and mouse. I'm trying to select my save, but nah, I don't recommend it. We're gonna go around the world with this. He's really done it. You'll see what happened. Destroyed the stars. I was too busy running my freaking mouth instead of paying attention to the actual storyline, which I already know. And excuse this man's freaking huge freaking bulge right there in front of his face. It's a clean game, but this is, again, a time period where things were a little more, you know, suggestive for the time, and cancel culture, once again, it was really prominent. You know, nobody really gave a crap if they got in trouble or not. It was the glory and crude humor in a time like, growing up in a time like this, that really did flourish, unlike today. I can't say that. Nothing wrong with today's society. I like how it's more chill, more lax, but it's like, God, everybody's acting as if they're walking on eggshells here these days. Scared to freaking get canceled and put out, you know? I cannot personally care less because I would like, don't get me wrong, I would like to be recognized, but at the same time, like, you know, even if you get shadow banned off of a platform, or taken down, or gagged, or whatever it may be, like a gag order, comparing it to the court system, you know, whatever the scenario is for this stuff. You know, I personally don't give a crap, because it's all satire, and it's all humor, but, yeah, some people these days are just really just, like, over the top, looking to get offended by every little freaking thing that's on the internet. Personally, I don't think I'm a bad person, because I mean to bring positivity out into the world and all that, you know, no negativity, no nothing. You know, I wouldn't be here playing cool video games like this, that's shitting rainbows right in front of your face and everything, just like that, you know, colorful and everything. You know, I could be a celebrity, like, some depressed schmuck playing, like, what? Some depressing shooting game 24/7, no feeling of instant gratification for completing a level, besides like what, ranking up in games like multiple prestiges and hating the world and hating everybody. Like, that's the thing with those type of Twitch shooter games. Like, I like them, you know, I grew up playing those two, Black Ops 1, COD 4, the original Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 3, all that, you know, but it's just, it's too much hatred on like little games like that. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you'll meet cool people, but it's like, you have a game where people want to try hard 24/7. And compared to games like this, like, or Mario, or something like that, where you just work at your own pace, you can co-op games like that if you want, or, you know, you actually get to beat a story. Like, it's a whole, the fact that they go out and make a story, you know, with their imagination with games like this is really like, you gotta, you have to admire that, about that. You just have to. It's just, I don't know. I feel like games like this are like, they have these games these days, but they don't make games like this no more. They don't make them like they used to. Just like them two, what's it, J. Cole, just like them two-door Fords, damn, they don't make them like you no more. Cold world, real cold world. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for these Katamari songs because I'm pretty sure that some of these songs might be copyright claimed. So if we get copyright claimed, I'm just saying that ahead of time. And yeah, sometimes like I noticed when I used to be in the Fortnite gaming, Fortnite's a fun game, so I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played in a minute, but like the Jedi season was awesome with the lightsabers, like what 2, 3 Christmases, holidays ago. But yeah, I would say like this is a great game to play if you're like, okay, let's say you're playing like some competitive ass Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six Siege, I don't know, Apex Legends, whatever the game may be that's a competitive shooter. Instantly going, like, let's say it's getting too difficult sometimes. I get really sweaty to where it's like, yeah, let me decompress. Let me decompress and play like a more soothing game. I think this is a good way to have like a refined palette on your Steam library in a sense too. Because again, it's you don't want to play freaking sweat shooter games 24/7. I personally don't. Maybe you do, but I personally don't. It's a good way to unwind. Blah. We'd like to think in a perfect world, everyone on Earth is very nice. In a perfect world. Royal Rainbow! Cannot roll up objects larger than your Katamari. Crashing into larger objects and walls will break things in the Katamari and reduce its size. No, I did not mean to skip that. It was the first goal, but it's not very exciting. Next time, we want a much bigger one. You stopped me right in the middle of freaking when I was rolling everything up. What do you mean? I think you can replay this level and get it bigger. But we're just gonna complete this game. That's all. We're going for completion. There's a lot of extra stuff in this game, yes, just like how in Bully, with my Bully Let's Play, it wasn't 100%. It was more of a storyline beat game while we did some of the side quests. I'm pretty sure I did most of the side quests on my Bully speedrun. Pretty sure. The only thing I didn't do was complete all the classes and get all the games and find all the G&G cards. We did 100%. We did 100% the game, though. A story mode. I can say that. This is one of those games where sometimes, if it's late at night and when I play it, I would just leave the soundtrack running. I'm sure there's a lot of games that you all probably grew up with in your childhood, right? Where it's just like, yeah, I can fall asleep to this. We're gonna do the first one. Oh, since we're on the plant right here, I like how, okay, first of all, I like how it's still an old school feeling for games like this. So, what I mean is how they keep telling you to save and save. Same with the Bully game. Same games like this era. Let me explain to you. We had memory cards. Okay, we didn't have built-in hard drives. For those of you that are the new era specifically that have never gamed like this, we had memory cards. No SD cards, no nothing. I mean, unless you had the PSP, but that had a freaking memory stick duo. Nobody was using that. Like, it was ridiculous. So, as far as I know, GameCube had memory card. PS2 had memory card. I had a Dreamcast. We had VMUs. I want to get my Dreamcast over here so I can really just show you guys the true nostalgic feeling. Like, I actually was able to use that controller really good. Even though it had one analog stick, I was really good at that controller. So yeah, saving, this was very common back in the days. You guys are probably looking at that for new gen. That's probably a deal breaker. Like, I had to save every 5 seconds. Oh my god, no autosave feature. Bruh, this is, again, I pardon you guys for that, for being new gen gamers. But I'm old school. We had memory cards. If you know, you know. If you didn't have a memory card, you're screwed. You had to leave your PS2 on or your game system on. So, yeah. We didn't find any presents, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We already did make, I think, okay, the Make a Stars, we already finished that. If it says your centimeter, how big it is, that's that. So we're gonna go all around the world with this one, Make a Star 2. Yeah, let's do it. Magandang tangka. Oh, that's Filipino. I think he's saying good morning or good afternoon. I know magandang gabi and magandang umaga is like good morning, good night. I'm half Filipino, in case y'all wondering. There you go. Have not been, but my origins are from there. My bloodlines. In case y'all wondering what type of Asian I was. Yeah, I know. Not really the cool type. With the cool, like, their own kanji characters and all that. Asian still, though. Still Asian. 20 centimeter. 7 minutes is plenty of time. I love this game. I love the soundtrack. This is called The Moon and the Prince. Of course I would know that. I actually have these downloaded, every single one of these tracks. And that's why I'm worried, like, because you can actually get the official OST album for these songs. And I actually have them all. That's the thing, so I don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted, but I do have this. I have the whole entire album for the tracks. I do have it. And I do own this game and all that. I paid for this game. I had this game on the PS2. I still have it on the PS2. All that. Get up. I really wish I knew what they were saying. In some of them, I looked up the lyrics, and I have a homeboy, shout out Dylan, you know, that we used to play this game 2-player a lot. You can actually 2-player this game on the PS2 and all that. And he tried to shed some light a little bit on what lyrics mean and all that. He's a bit of a part of the otaku culture himself. So, hot debate. I was just asking my girl this the other day. If you're Asian, like me, but, okay, I don't speak or anything like that. I'm westernized. So I'm a westernized Asian. So, am I considered part of the otaku / weeaboo? Am I considered okay, basically what I'm trying to say is, am I considered a weeaboo if I'm not Japanese, but I'm Asian? So, like I said, am I considered a weeaboo if I'm heavily obsessed and influenced with Japanese / Korean culture, whatever it is? Like, is that considered a weeaboo / otaku? Or hot debate. I think not. But also, the issue with me is that I'm nerfed because I'm westernized. So, hot debate. Take a dump. A funky dump. A funky dump. That's... Just look up the top comments for The Moon and the Prince or Disco Prince, and you'll see top comment, take a dump, a funky dump. If you know ball, you know ball. You'd have to be there growing up playing this game, living the AMV. There is hella AMVs with this game. Like that. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Oh god, I miss the old LimeWire days with the AMV Hell videos before YouTube. But there was E-Bomb's World and like Albino Black Sheep. And I think YTM&D. Unless YTM&D might have been the same thing. I know E-Bomb's World was definitely the pre-YouTube days that was golden. So if you know, you know. Again, I'm only getting older. I'm only just getting in touch with my inner child right now by, you know, revisiting older games like this that I've grown up with. Which, honestly, I love that now that I have big boy grown adult money and all that, I just love how I'm able to spend it and just see that games like this aren't even forgotten about. They still make remakes of this game. I really want to get the second version of this game. I really want to get We Love Katamari, because that was my favorite one. I like the soundtracks a little bit better in that one, but this one was also an iconic gem. Okay, I discovered this game when my sister had a boyfriend, and he came over and brought over like this Namco disc. It was a demo disc with a lot of like the Namco games on it. Back then, we had demo a lot. I'm sure you guys probably still have them, but I remember on the Dreamcast when my mom first bought one for us, we had the Generator demo disc. It was a green disc, and I learned about it. Had Sonic Adventure on there. It had Railroad Tycoon on there. It had Fur Fighters. Fur Fighters was an awesome game. I liked that one. It also had, but they were all demos. It also had MDK too. That was actually a really good game. I really liked that one. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but yeah, I have a pretty like S-tier like game catalog that I've been up with. Instead of just playing, your old, regular schmegular normie games, whatever's considered like a normie game, mid-tier game. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like start a game war with you all and give my critical opinion. I like video games as long as they're good. But like lately I've gotten to the point where it's like the replayability, like games like this, like games like Bully, games like the older Grand Theft Auto games and all that. Like, I'm noticing like the replayability factor of them is what I really, really am after at this point when it comes to like video games. Like, I'm still playing Counter-Strike Source, yes. I have CSGO/CS2, but I don't have nearly as much time in that game as I do for Source, just because like it's the replayability factor for me with these games. Like, what games can I truly go back and just feel comfortable with playing and all that? What I'm accustomed to, I guess. Like games like this. There was also the 3D on the going back to the Namco disc. You know how it had We Love Katamari on it. Like, I guess like a 10-minute demo of it. They had like a 3D like Pac-Man game. It was like, I think it was Pac-Man World or something. I don't know, but that game was awesome. Like, I thought it was a good game. But any Namco game at the time was lit. Very good. PS2 era. Ninja Gaiden was a good game. Any of the Need for Speed Underground games was good. I don't really ever recall running into a bad PS2 game like that, or an Xbox game that was just like boring. Besides like, we're all familiar with Angry Video Game Nerd, besides like old Nintendo NES games that I felt were bad because of, not because of it, but what's crazy is that, okay, I actually own a Top Gun. I actually had Top Gun on the NES. He reviewed that. It wasn't a bad game in my opinion, but landing a plane was good. What other games I had? The Goonies 2. He reviewed The Goonies 2. I didn't think that game was necessarily a bad game. It was more of, where the hell, it's one of those where the hell do I go type of games. I think he mentioned that too. It's one of those where it's like, a lot of Nintendo games were like, yeah, where the hell am I supposed to go? Unless you have like an instruction manual from it, which a lot of people threw out at the time, or you look up with a strategy guide, you're pretty much cooked. If not, it was kind of like one of those games. Where the hell do I go? You really had to like talk to people, like the Lost Civilian, the Lost Goonies, and all that to figure out where they're at. But yeah, I didn't think it was personally too bad of a game, but I do admit, like, the NES is too notorious for having bad games. Like, I do say that. I can't say that. Luckily, I never grew up with bad games like that. Oh, it's in Japanese. On the PS2 version, it's dubbed. It's dubbed in English in the PS2 version, FYI. And the dubbing is hilarious. It's comparable to Resident Evil on the PlayStation. The first Resident Evil, the voice acting. I can say that. If you know, you know. Okay, so these are like the side ones. So, make a star, these are all part of the story. The main story. But I think eventually when you get to like make a star 5, make a star 6, it locks to where you don't have a choice but to play these missions. Like, it's only like 1 or 2 of them, but they're really surprisingly easy. So let's go ahead and make the answer. Why not? Why not do that? I'm gonna showcase that for y'all. Some of these missions you have to get at least one of the thing. Oh wow, I just walked right into me. Roll up as many crap. See, these ones are easy. There is one that I might show y'all that completely sucks. Oh, I love this one. I was talking to when me and my friend were playing this, when this part specifically, I was like, it reminds me of the intro to a Walrus Guy YouTube build. There is like a Walrus Guy that made a bunch of like Hotel Mario YouTube poop and all that, which is like peak, you know. It was like our version of the editors that do it themselves. You know, like kind of what I'm doing with my own edits. I'm Jackie Chan. I do my own stuff. Who is that? Post Malone. This is literally the same level that we just played, except with crabs everywhere. Literally. Katamari. This shit's so crazy. The song is called Katamari Mambo. But honestly, it sounds a little bit too quick to be a mambo. Well, I mean, a mambo's quick, yeah. I guess it's a mambo, yeah. What do you say? Chimoji, emoji, the chimoji. Now, they made, at one point in, like, 2016, when I was looking up games like this, okay, what they have, when I play this game, some people think Crossy Road, I'm like, no, not even. But, they did make an idle clicker, an official Bandai idle clicker of this game. I don't know if it still exists. Like, you just keep tapping whenever, and Katamari gets cool on the PC. It's an alright little idle clicker. It's been a minute since I had the old... God, this one I was a Samsung user when I was an Android guy. I got an iPhone, but... I've always had iPhone and Android growing up, yeah, but I'm mostly iPhone now. Like, heck, I'm using my webcam on my iPhone right now with that whole camera for OBS Studio. So yeah, in case you guys are looking for a solid app to use your iPhone as a webcam, since I don't know where the heck where my Logitech webcam's at, you can go ahead and use the camera for OBS Studio app. It's called an OBS camera. Really, really good. Really good quality. It just sucks that there's a watermark, but at the end of the day, I don't personally care. It's not like you guys are gonna watch my freaking videos anyways. And if you guys do, and I do end up blowing up one of these days on my YouTube, I appreciate that. You know, I've always made like little drop YouTube accounts throughout like 07, 08, which I actually logged into a couple of them, which is cool. So don't think I'm just some new guy on YouTube, you know. This is just my, as far as I know for now, this is my Smurf account right now on YouTube. I already have like other OG vet accounts, so don't get it twisted at all. Like, just don't. I'll name drop one of the accounts right now, FireGod775. Very, very good account. I have an Angry German Kid video edited in Windows Movie Maker to really show y'all how classic YouTube was. I literally made that video when I was like 10 years old. Angry German Kid kills the Tuna Ton, and Angry German Kid plays a real tournament. There's a lot of variations on it, but if you see the FireGod775 version, that's me. That is me when I was like 10, 11, something like that. See, I've been doing this for a long time. This isn't my first rodeo, YouTube. And I look back and I'm kind of upset that there's actually quite a bit of lost media that I've had. Like, I had my own drumming YouTube account with a bunch of drum videos and drum covers I made when I was like 11, 12 years old. And I really, one thing that I can say is that I regret losing all of those files and everything. I regret all that. Because that was like, nowadays you guys got it easy. Like, we all have it easy now with how advanced phones are. Heck, having a phone that can actually record video was like a hot commodity when I was growing up. We never had phones these advanced like that. Which I'm sure my mom and my family is like really, really upset about, because there's definitely a lot of like memories that should have been preserved properly. Oh well. Sometimes this game gets annoying because I'm sitting here getting big and I can't even find much things. Because I keep slamming into things and I keep losing stuff and it like annoys me. We have 100 crab. 100 crab. 100 crab. I think that's a good number to stop on. I could sit here and roll up the rest of them. Can we do 101 like 101 Dalmatians? 101 crab? 101 crab? Sounds like a phone number. Sounds like a area code. Let's take the Yum Yum Rainbow back. Yummy, eh? And just swallow them up. %. Goddamn. That's a lot. Yeah, I know he's not gonna roast that. He's pretty critical, the king of all cosmos. But this time we actually pleased him, which is good. Oh, I feel it. I feel the cosmos. I wish I had the PS2 dub of this. It's like, it's so hilarious. It's like, oh, I feel it. I feel the cosmos. You just had to be there. You had to. Let's do Make a Star 3. And then I'm gonna see how my live's doing. Just wanted to check it real quick. Portugal? I got a bunch of friends that are Portuguese. Obrigado. Pretty sure it's thank you. Obrigada. Got some croissants, 9 minutes to get to 50 centimeters, not bad. Once you get to like over a meter, that's when it gets fun, where you start rolling up bigger things and like people and stuff like that. And some takoyakis. Those are really good. I like those. You guys remember the Dragon Ball? Oh yeah, you guys remember in Dragon Ball Super when they had the takoyaki challenge on the cruise ship and Krillin brought them, and it was Lord Beerus that was coming in, and he was talking about Krillin said he made one takoyaki ball that was super spicy, and like it was a game. Whoever gets it, like whoever eats that one gets like some type of like, I don't know what it was, but like Lord Beerus wanted to play it, or Vegeta, or whoever, I forgot who, and they got scared. They got really scared because, you know, he was some freaking destroyer from another planet trying to destroy Earth, you know, just like every other Dragon Ball freaking villain. You know, you guys are some assholes trying to blow up Earth all the time, man. Come on. But anyways, yeah. He came over, he got scared because like if he eats that, if Beerus would have ate that, that would have probably pissed him off to the point to blow up the planet. You know? God, Dragon Ball was peak. Then you guys have what? Attack on Titan and like Jujutsu Kaisen, which I've watched a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's solid. I don't know what else, Berserker, but I like the live action One Piece, and the live action Yu Yu Hakusho was really good too. I like that, you know, because those are like animes I grew up with. And I like Naruto, but he's getting, that's the thing, like that's an arc anime now. Like granddaddy anime is like Dragon Ball Z, but in a good way though. That's the thing, like that's like my sister's fucking age. Like, my sister's like a good, almost a whole decade older than me, almost damn near. But like, that's like, that's the thing, like that's like, I consider that like a grandpa anime, yes, but like not. It's just, God, it sucks thinking about it that way because like, I actually got to watch the very end of it while it was on Toonami. Like, am I considered? I think I'm like a Zoomer. I think that's. I'm not. I consider myself like a half-ass millennial, but like I also see like Zoomer being thrown out there whenever I try to keep up with the new gen terminology and slang, what they call me. Like, yeah, like I still was around for AOL. I still have an AOL account. Yes, I was around for AIM. I had an MSN Messenger. Yes, but I was like young. That's the thing. Like, meanwhile, y'all were like, you know, 13 and up, teenagers growing up with it, like my sis. I was growing up with it too. Yeah, I was young at the time, for sure, but I was still old enough to still use a computer and all that. And that we didn't have AI. I can say this about me growing up at that time. It made us way better at spelling on our own and basically being our own dictionary. You want to know why? Because the thing I can say that you guys have an issue with is you guys have to use autocorrect, auto-spell, and all that on your phones. We never had that growing up. We actually had to pay attention in school, take vocabulary class. You know, I was in honors, by the time I was in middle school. I was in advanced honors classes. By the time I got to freaking high school, I was in AP classes, advanced placement. I didn't need a dictionary. I didn't need freaking Google to learn how to spell something. I didn't really need a thesaurus like that. You know the only time I use thesauruses and like dictionaries and stuff like that for is if I'm like writing down a rap song and I take my ass to rhymezone.com. I go to rhymezone.com and I just put in things that rhyme. If I'm like writing a song, right, and I want to find something that rhymes with like orange, like okay, this is ball knowledge, orange. I need a word. Give me a word that rhymes with orange. Like, door hinge. This is ball knowledge. If you know, you know. That's that Samurai Jack sandal right there. I remember when I had this game on the PS Vita, sometimes when you got super big, you know, the game would get super choppy. Sometimes. It depends what level you're playing on. If you play on one of the city levels and you get super huge and MLG try hard it, like it really starts to like slow up the P2. I miss games like this. Can we please bring back games like this, please? Please, like, can we like make this a norm again? Can we start like bringing back single-player co-op, couch co-op games instead of like online multiplayer, same old Twitch shooter games? Can we please normalize games like this being a thing again? Please? Please? I would absolutely love that. Thank you. That's the issue with games these days. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like, there's no variety. Like, you guys have like no variety in video games these days. And the only other games I start seeing now that are like trending are like the freaking boy simulator, real life simulator games that are like VR, what it looks like literally VR virtual reality, walking into a store and like buying things at the cash register and like going to the gym or walking a car. Like, why not play The Sims? At that point, I'd rather freaking buy The Sims and play any of the Sims games. I'd rather play give me any of the Sims games that came out on the GameCube / PS2, like The Sims Busting Out, The Herbs, or like The Sims Castle. Like, give me any of the Sims ports over any of those freaking wannabe real life sim games. Like, it's just, I'm sure it's probably funny to get into, but at the same time, it's like, is it really fun? Like, I'd rather play a game that, I don't know. Like, at least in The Sims, they actually, the console ones, The Herbs and The Sims Busting Out had a great storyline. They had to create a sim, but they went all out to make it to where you're like kind of like roommating, going house to house and helping out, doing like missions and like, you know, cleaning up the house, meeting people around the block, or, you know, getting a job. The Herbs was a great one. You were actually a sim in the city. I might do a let's play on that, but featuring the Black Eyed Peas. I thought that was a good one. I thought that was a good sim game. But yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, we need to bring games like this back. We really need to. Like, gaming right now is, like I say, I'm finding myself replaying a lot of these classics. I'd love, as much as I'd love to get into new games, I just don't know. I try. It's different. I'm sorry. I like Tony Hawk's Underground 2. There is Skate. I got into Skate 3, but that's the thing, like, Skate 3 was a good game. Great game. I love the Skate. I like how the new Skate game's coming out. Now that I have a controller, I can probably play it. But Tony Hawk was a better game than me. Like Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and before, I barely played Tony Hawk's Proving Grounds and Project 8 like that, or American Wasteland. I heard American Wasteland was goated as well, but I had Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Goated ass game. Wow, 87 big. Ooh, by tears, thank you. Oh, this one. I'm gonna try to impersonate their very monotonous dub with the iconic parts. But that's what they said. It's so monotonous if you heard the original one. But I get it. It's Japanese people trying to be American. And they actually hire real deal Japanese people to do the dub that know to speak English, but then when you hear the dub on the PlayStation versions or the Xbox version or whatever version that has the English version of it, you can tell for sure. See you again! See you again! Bye!